So Tim, tell us about the new Power Platform integration with CluedIn. What does this mean to customers?
Sure. So, probably many people are well versed with the Power Platform. It's a set of suite tools and targeted towards business users to give them kind of superpowers that would often have to be done by IT and engineering teams. Just examples like Power Apps allows kind of day-to-day business users to be able to build forward-aiming apps towards the business, fueled by data. Also, there's a pretty powerful automation and workflow system in Power Automate, integrating really nicely with a lot of the different messaging services like Teams and Slack that we're using, but also a wider range of connectors into things like ticketing systems like ServiceNow and Jira. What's exciting for our integration between CluedIn and the Power Platform is how kind of overnight, instantly, our customers have just kind of gained a whole extra group of value just by that integration. Being able to have, real-time notifications out into the business of when data quality issues have been found. Ping directly on the channels that people are working in instead of having to log always into a system to check if something went wrong. So we're kind of reversing the way that we're working with these systems with that. But Power Platform also extends into the BI and analytics section as well. So Power BI, I'm sure many of our customers at Microsoft and CluedIn are using that as their main business intelligence system. We've now been able to, with that connection, to be able to bring the data that's clean and ready for insight from CluedIn directly into the tooling. So in many of cases, our customers don't even need to know that CluedIn is actually there. But what they care about is how easy is it for them to discover and get access to data that's ready for insight, ready for generating their apps, ready for automating their workflow processes, and generating the charts and business intelligence reports that fuel management decisions. And that's what I think we're most excited about with the connectivity between the Power Platform.
Thank you. And this question kind of leads on from the last, really. So for you, what is the most exciting part of this integration?
Yeah, so I'll go the selfish route first. And what's exciting for us at CluedIn, we get to wake up every day building our product, knowing that there's a whole team at Microsoft that is making the Power Platform better. Our platform then feels like we are joint teams in product between Microsoft and CluedIn. It also gives us kind of the ability to kind of first, do we have to innovate in a specific area, or is there something already available to us in that Microsoft ecosystem? And what we need to do is just build the integrations into those technologies. I think what's most exciting is that if you think about the main role of MDM, it's about giving business users an operational system over their data. These technology stacks that we're putting together are inherently very IT driven and IT operated. Where is the business in this entire process? Considering the Power Platform is really targeted towards business users, and CluedIn is also targeted towards business users, but solving different parts of the chain. The Power Platform is really about proliferating data. CluedIn is about providing Power Platform with data that can be proliferated. So with those kind of combinations, I'm looking forward to how business users, non-technical people, can provide their business with data in ways that only IT and engineering could have ever solved in the past. So there's this democratization in a way of letting data free, letting it out and built by the business. I think that's the part I'm most excited about.
And are you seeing that manifest itself in real life? So how are customers actually starting to use it?
Yeah, so a couple of ways. Let's focus on the workflow piece first. Process is one of the key things about implementing MDM. We often kind of say there's these 4 pillars of implementing data management in general. Technology is just one of those pieces, but there's the people, there's the culture, and there's the process around it as well. Without a doubt, with the integration between Power Automate, we've seen our customers build these quite complex workflow approval processes. And if you've ever used these kind of MDM systems before, their workflow engines, you'll realize you usually don't want to touch them at all. And that was a key decision we made here at CluedIn. Let's not be an MDM vendor that tries to build a world-class workflow engine. Let's be part of that Microsoft ecosystem and leverage the learning that was already there from Power Automate. So we're seeing some pretty amazing flows and processes being easily set up for their data that they're managing in CluedIn. Well, I think one of the great things that I've seen is that MDM has always been this kind of Fort Knox where you don't really know what's going on in there, and maybe you decide to log into the system every 2 weeks and you realize there's been data qualities just sitting there for 2 weeks. We're reversing that now with our customers, where people in real time are getting notifications on the channels that they work with. Maybe it's Teams, maybe it's email. We've found a problem, which means we can't get this data out to the business, improving value. And you've kind of got this instant connection to be able to reject the changes or approve them and get them out to the business. So from the Power Automate flow, you've seen this real level of, wow, there is this engine here working in the background, finding problems and farming it off with the different owners to be able to fix. I think the other thing I wanted to highlight is Power Apps is giving everyday business users, the users of Office 365, the ability to surface this data in products that can be looked at on our phone. We could use it for maybe putting expenses through. And these are things that could not be achieved by these individuals in the past. They just didn't have the right skill sets. It was something we would always have to schedule up for IT and engineering. Their queue is always growing, so these projects never went ahead. Now you've got this real self-service ability of not only the data with CluedIn, but also with the tooling to build on top of that data so you can release these products that actually end up affecting the business with either higher revenue, they're reducing costs. But the most important thing is we didn't have to get IT and engineering to go off and do that. Like, that's a superpower that business users have got with these combinations that it's just showing itself with our customers on a daily basis.
So, okay. And are there any other common problems that customers see time and time again that this integration will help with?
Yeah, I think the democratization of data. It's always hard to get data out to the edge. These projects have always been buried in IT, buried in engineering, and there's some safety that comes with that. And you're not letting this ugly baby out to the world that's gnarled and maybe not so ready to use. It's hidden behind IT. And because of that, I think one of the things that's changed is that's being flipped on its head. Is people are taking this much more agile approach to get it out and learn, and there'll be some gnarled states, there'll be some embarrassing technical debt moments, but instead of locking this all up, right now is the time to democratize that. And I think that's one of the huge values we're seeing as well.
And speaking of timeliness and seizing the moment, for Azure customers, why is now the best possible time to invest in CluedIn?
This is like the era of the business user. This is the era of where the business will play a much more significant role in these inherently technical stacks. And for that reason, our integration with the Power Platform is obviously exciting because it's targeted toward the business users. CluedIn itself is not a tool that's wielded or implemented by IT. It's operated by the business, those that understand the context. And then, of course, with our recent announcement and integration with Azure OpenAI, this is the icing on the cake where it's given business users a superpower that they didn't have before. They would have to always ask IT and engineering to solve these things. And in many cases, even IT and engineering couldn't solve these problems in an economically viable manner, right? With those three pieces combined, data, the ability to build products and surface that data to the business, and with the acceleration around AI, that's a pretty exciting time to be involved with CluedIn and Microsoft.
Certainly is. Thank you very much.